Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Wellspring.
Thank you.
Wow, wonderful. Crowd is getting bigger every week. Yes, that's fantastic. My name is Edward Burlbaugh, and I am part of your the end of March 2026 Sunday service team. So Early Birds meets every Sunday morning at 9:30 via Zoom. I think it's, yes, very good. I'm on track. Our speaker for today is Reverend Sandhi Scott. Hey, making a trek all the way from TRC to Las Cruces. Good to have you, Sandhi.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah. And upcoming speakers in April, I'll be speaking on the first Sunday, and then, Sandhi is speaking on the second Sunday, and then Reverend Kamatara and Donna Stryker will be coming in for a number of Sundays between now and the end of the year. Our Thursday evening group meets on, dare I say it, Thursday evening. Yes. So you can get coordinates from Cleona or me on how to join. We watch a video, typically about 30 or 35 minutes, and then we have a discussion amongst everybody that's on Zoom. So it's really kind of, well, it's fun. I enjoy it. Yeah. So our April outing, we're going to be meeting at Santorini's on April 11th for those who are interested, and we're going to be celebrating Vicky's natal anniversary. Any excuse to get together and eat, right? So it's blank. But yeah. Okay, we'll go on to the next one. Because I want to let you all know that the labyrinth is finished. We'll get here. And we have several folks to thank for this. I want to let you know that John Verplew, who's been known for putting together labyrinths all over the city, was the one that helped chalk it out, or did chalk it out. Gene Geringer and I sort of worked with him, and then everybody had kind of looked at some of the patterns and so forth. And anyway, you need to go out and look at it. I thought perhaps we had a picture of the labyrinth up there. It is the goddess labyrinth. It's the only one in Las Cruces. And if you get close, you can see that the goddess is there. Her dress is unfinished, but that leaves room for creativity to add some sprinkles or what have you to her dress. And you're welcome to do that. And then I'll say I kind of skipped over. Yesterday, a lot of work was done by a number of folks, and I'm going to name them here. We had Gene Geringer. I was there. Sharon was there. Vicki, Jim and Dean, Brenda, and Judy Bethman all came, hauled rocks or supervised hauling rocks, and contributed. So thank you all. Yeah. So it's been a couple of years in the making, but we're there. We probably still have a room for some extra rocks. If you're interested, you have a special rock that has some significance to you. You brought it from somewhere, what have you. You're welcome to put it in any of the blank spots. And there are plenty of them. I tell you, we thought we had so many rocks that we'd have too many. No. We didn't have too many. We kind of had to ration them out until we saw where we were at. Just a point of announcement, we have 3 Wellspring T-shirts over in the social hall that are free to those who can fit in them. There's one male shirt and 2 female shirts if you pay attention to the way buttons work. Yeah. They're button down polos, yeah. Sorry, not pullover T-shirts, yeah. So our prayer team remains ready to serve and support you, and you can submit your prayer requests via our webpage, or we have forms in the back here. Fill it out and give it to me, please, and I'll take it to our Tuesday afternoon prayer meeting. That meets at 4:15 on Tuesday afternoons, and while it is a group of a few, we encourage those who put their name on the list to actually sit in their quiet spot at about 4:15 and join in the prayer group. Because we know that there's no boundaries to spirit. Now for our invocation. So as we feel the energy of this vibrational sound from the bowl, we know that just as sound fills this room is filled by spirit. This same spirit that is flowing through each and every one of us is always available to each of us. We just hold this space for those today who are speaking, who are playing music, and for each and every one of us. Everyone is a shining light here with a purpose, on purpose. So we give thanks for the joining together of all of us as we bring our I Am presence into the I Am presence. And so it is. So now please stand if you're able for our song of joy. Those of you probably know it by heart, but the words will be up here. Thank you, Edwin.
We do one more verse than Louis Armstrong. But it's a good verse, so we're doing it. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, 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 I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Edwin. And thank you all. It was wonderful. It's a wonderful world. So let's say together our vision, mission, and affirmation. So our vision, to elevate spiritual consciousness in our world. Our mission, it's also on the handout in case it's not up here. Our mission, to support individuals' spiritual quests through celebration, study, counsel, loving fellowship, and service. And our affirmation. Spring comes reminding us that there is always renewal following the dormancy of winter. We give thanks for the understanding that nothing remains stagnant in spirit, always growing and renewing. All right, and now we have Melody Burns and her sister for our special music. Sherry, I'm sorry, yeah.
This is my sister Sherry Nash, who moved here 3 years ago. Yay. And she wrote both songs that we're going to be sharing today. So I thought, well, gosh, come sing them with me, please.
This first one is called God Made Music, and I wrote it when I was 17. Hello, is that better? No?
Yeah.
Okay. I wrote it when I was 17, so 60 years ago. A good friend who lived down the block from our family, and he and I sang in choirs together, from childhood on up, at school and church. And I still remember sitting on the floor in my living room when I was 17 years old. He played the guitar, and we just kind of sat there and composed this. So probably I did more of the words, and he may have done more of the music, but all comes together. So it's called God Made Music.
And his name was Mike Wall.
Yes, thank you. Any of you who may have lived in El Paso in the 1970s, Mike was a DJ on, I think, KELP radio, Morning Drive. So he's been in music forever and ever.
God made music, and then he made man, touched his throat with his mighty hand. God made man that he might sing, and to the Lord his offering bring. What would it be like without a song, without God's voice all the day long? There's music in the forest, in every tree, and in the humming of each little bee. There's music in the fire, in the crackling of the wood, made for us as only God could. Hear
the sounds of living, sweet to his ear. I can hear it, can't you, my friend, from the crack of dawn until the day's end. Songs of wisdom of men who died, songs of laughter and those that make you cry. God made music.
Well, thank you, Sherry and Melody. Appreciate that. So now we have our reading, and as prompted by today's speaker, I went and got some words out of Joel Goldsmith. Yeah, and this is on the. It's a agglomeration of a couple of different things, but it's from some of his works on the Christ and the second coming of the Christ. And then eventually enters the scene a something. This is a very strange something. The first record we have of it is in India, and it is a root word, kr, in Sanskrit. And Sanskrit is the root word for Krishna. And today, Krishna is presumably the first man on earth to have broken through to the spiritual realm. But Krishna wasn't a man. Krishna was the divine consciousness which broke through into the mind of a man and then was identified as if it were the man. But it wasn't. It was consciousness. It was the divine or spiritual consciousness which broke through, permeated the mind of an individual, bringing to light the first spiritual awareness or fourth dimensional awareness. Now, the marvelous thing about this is that the word Christ is CHR, which is the same root as KR, and has the same meaning, light or enlightenment. And so we have today Christ, accepted as a man, but it wasn't. Christ is the illumined, infinite, divine consciousness, or God, breaking through the mind of an individual and appearing as man, but not man. Christ, light, illumined consciousness. And we also have Buddha, again, a word meaning light, enlightenment, receiving that same consciousness of Krishna. And wherever the light appears, be assured it is the original, infinite, divine consciousness which has broken through and an individual has become aware of it. Just as the animal man, originally aware only of body and things, later becomes a mental being aware of mathematics, astronomy, architecture, beauty, philosophy, and so forth. So we are witnessing the ushering in of the second coming of the Christ, the coming of the Christ to human consciousness universally, not merely to saints and sages, nor to the few who become practitioners. No, the Christ is now coming to earth as the consciousness of mankind. You and I are ushering in that age in this recognition. Consciousness is what I am. Christ is my individual consciousness and yours. Everyone who touches me anywhere on life's journey must automatically be lifted up, if only a grain higher, in spiritual consciousness, with a grain less of disease, a grain less of old age, a grain less of false appetites. As we consciously begin to realize the Christ as the identity of every individual, we are establishing the reign of the Christ on earth. And so it is. So, well written by Joel, of course. So now it's my pleasure to introduce Sandhi, our today's speaker. Hey.
I had another beautiful ride down here. And as always, the Donianas thrill me. I call them the lovely ladies. This is the 3rd anniversary of me speaking at Wellspring once a month. And so I wanted to thank you, Edward, for your kindness, your generosity, your forgiveness. It's just been quite a trip with Bomba, which I call Sharon, and the team. Good to see Cleota. And of course, Brenda, Dean, Shirley, everybody. I just am so grateful. It's made a big difference in my life. So thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
He's great, isn't he? I love Joel Goldsmith. I think he was in a group residence about Goldsmith when you were in Alamogordo.
It was about Quimby.
Quimby, oh. Boop. Oh, well. Anyway, here we are. It's Palm Sunday, and I selfishly requested to speak on Palm Sunday because I think, that was so moving, I was crying. Thank you so much. God made the two of you, and he did a great job, right? How neat to see sisters singing a song she wrote. It couldn't be more perfect already. And Edward with the love as he played the song, just so beautifully. Thank you. I said Edwin, didn't I? Oh, I'm not either. Thank you, girls. And Terry has been with me all the way for 12 years. So I honor your friendship and who you are. And it was recently your birthday, and I'm very glad you were born. Yay! I hope you took that in. That was a good response. So at one point, the first chapter 1 in the book of John, says, the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. No story about Mary and Joseph, just the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. Bomba became flesh and dwells among us. I became flesh and I dwell among you. We all started with the Word, I believe, the Word. And logos is an important word, the Word. In Est, we learn that all we have is our Word, and to keep it is impeccably correct. So today I'm just going to give some quotes from the book of John, because when I read it, I was in a born-again Christian church in 1976, and I loved the music. I still listen to Maranatha in the morning, and I loved the Bible studies, but the judgment got to me. And so then I found Terry Cole Whitaker. And I knew she was a bit, not quite deep enough for me, but boy, did we have fun getting rich. We had a prosperity ministry. And I have no regrets because we really did help people get what they wanted, So I wore this because I wore it 3 years ago. Now I'm going to take this thing off because you've seen it. Isn't that a pretty color? I love color. Oops, I'm all... Thanks, Edwin. Anyway, this is a celebration of Wellspring. Viva Wellspring! Viva Wellspring! Viva Wellspring! Thank you, everybody on video. It's a real... I got God bumps. So, let's see. All my books. Love books. Books, books, books. Next to my bed, my living room, my den. I was given this book at the Born Again Christian Church Calvary, San Diego Calvary Chapel. Have you heard of him? By Chuck Smith. was he an amazing speaker. He really was. His speech, if you want to Google Chuck Smith at Calvary, his talks, he's just dynamite and so loving. I just loved him. Anyway, I was given this it says Sandra Willock, my maiden name, 828 Island Court, Mission Beach, 1977. And I've had it ever since. It's my little buddy. I can always recenter the minute I go to the book of John or some of the Psalms. So I'm going to hand out a handout. Terry's on the job. And we'll just go through a few of these, and you're welcome to take them home. School time. I'm going to read something. First, I have to tell the joke because it was so phenomenal. One day, Terry and I were sharing spirituality, as we always do. And we gossip and we have fun, but we share spirituality. We share spiritual growth. You know, growth is just ow with a couple of letters on either side. So we grow together. And I was being very significant one day about the book of John, how important it was, how truthful it is, how mystic it is. Ernest Holmes says a mystic that senses God directly with you don't need a person, class, church, anything, direct experience of God. And psychics read human thought. I think those are great definitions. Anyway, so I'm telling Terry about how Jesus, all this time, we could be accessing the Holy Comforter. How many people know about the Holy Comforter? Not everybody. So, so Terry burst out laughing right in the middle of my significance. I mean, I was like, roar, 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 roar. And she's laughing her head off. I said, what's so damn funny? Puff, puff. And she said, I pictured a big comforter coming at me. So that may ruin it for some, but hopefully not. So in the Science of Mind book, this is the 50th anniversary edition, he has a meditation on the Holy Comforter. So if you want to just relax, and I'll read a paragraph. We are told that the Holy Comforter, this is from the Holy Comforter, John 14:16. We are told that the Holy Comforter, the Spirit of Truth, will make all things known to us, for he is with us and in us. No more comprehensive statement could be made. The Spirit of Truth is in all people, not unto Jesus alone, but unto all alike. Again, the revelation of the self to the self, a divine awakening to the eternal reality, inhabiting eternity, and finding its abiding place in time through our own natures. So within us is that energy of a holy comforter, or advocate. Sometimes the translation is advocate. We all need an advocate. And the bookmark, this is a bookmark from a luncheon on September 23rd, 1990, and it was commemorating 40 years in the Ministry of Religious Science by Bill Hornaday. He was the one that forced Ernie into having a church. Ernest Holmes just wanted an institute. But Hornaday was an ordained minister, and he really wanted a church, so Ernie caved. So, and at the luncheon, I sat next to Esther Williams. Some of you know who she is. My references are getting so old, people go, huh? Anyway, she was delightful, and he was delightful. He signed my textbook. So let's look at this for a minute, the handout. Do you have one? There weren't enough?
Yes, I have one.
Okay. All right.
The hand.
Chapter 11, John 11, is about Lazarus. That how mad Mary and Martha were at Jesus because he didn't come when he heard Lazarus was sick and dying. And Jesus didn't come. And so they were all fluffed up and really angry with him. And what he said was the top one. This sickness is not unto death, but for the glory of God. That is profound. I have a rash on my neck. And I told Terry, I said, I have a rash on my neck. She said, quit putting your hands around your neck, because I'm always teaching that. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Oh, they're my hands on my neck. So she healed me like that. I was like, oh, okay, thank you. So it's not unto death, it's for the glory of God. Glory means increase. It just means increase. To glorify God, to glorify anything, is to increase its presence. So any illness, any upset, any hangnail, any sudden death is for the glory of God if we let it be. It's all about interpretation, isn't it? So I'm interpreting this. I'm giving you the quotes for you to have your own interpretation, because it doesn't matter what I believe. It matters what you may get out of what I believe or how I interpret it. Let's go to, it is the fourth one down. It is the spirit that quickeneth. The flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. You know when someone says or someone sings a song of words that just go directly to your heart and moves you to a lump in the throat and God bumps? That's the power of the word. The power of the word. It's profound that you could say this is for the glory of God, and it really helped me in the AIDS ministry. I said, this isn't about your body. This is about you and your conscious contact with the divine, with infinite energy. It's all about that, because you are not your body. You are so much more. I did another S thing this morning. You know, the big S is spirit. The little s is your personality self. I love this book. Remember this? Big S and little s? And if I'm ignoring the big S, I'm out of it. I'm driving and I'm going to go into the ditch. If I rest in the rhythm of big S, I'm fine, because I know I'm not my disease, I'm not my condition, I'm not the flat tire the other day. I did really well with it. Okay. Whoops, wrong page. Sorry. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. He says he came as a witness to the truth. That's what he told Pontius Pilate in the book of John. I came a witness unto the truth. I came that you might have joy. I came that they might have life, and that they might have it abundantly. Isn't that beautiful? We're supposed to be living abundantly. It's our divine right. It's our inheritance. Our spiritual inheritance is so much greater than our physical inheritance. So, I am come a light unto the world, and whosoever believeth on me should not abide in darkness. I came not to judge the world, but to save it. There's no judgment. There's no mention of homosexuality. There's no condemnation in the book of John. It's called the mystic gospel, because it's all about Om, the presence. Just Om, Om, Om. Let's say that 3 times. Om, Om, Om. I'm trying to live as close to Om as possible, so if I start contracting around a thought, I go, well, how close to Om is this? Not, how can I get back to being close to Om? I can lift my thought frequency above what's going on and overcome. You know, Aurobindo, one of Ernest Holmes' Hindu teachers, said we overcome and overcome till we become. I love that. We're becoming. We're becoming. And I know his commandment is life everlasting. Whatsoever I speak, therefore, even as the Father said unto me, so I speak. There's so many references to the Father in the book of John. See the Father in me. You've seen the Father. Worship the Father. I'm going home to the Father. There's just a ton of them. It's all about the Father. He was about the presence. He wasn't about his personality and what he knew. He knew what he had sensed from the presence, which he called the Father. He was spirit taught. And I think people in New Thought are spirit taught. We know we don't need a person. It's just nice to be reminded of who we truly are. We're the big S. And the big S can cradle and comfort and quiet down the little s. So he actually says, too, if you loved me, this is John 14:28. If you loved me, you would rejoice, because I said, I go into the Father, for my Father is greater than I. Now, how many times have we heard that taught? Not. I'm going to the Father. It's expedient that I leave. If I don't leave, you will not have the Holy Comforter. You will not have the reminder of what I've taught. That's what the Comforter is. It's the reminder. It's intuition. It's, just remember that you know that you know. You do know it. You have wisdom within you. I hope you look at my flyer in Social Hall. I'm starting a class in TRC on Saturdays, 10:30 to 11:30, and it's called Pearls of Wisdom, because wisdom ends in Om. Always push an Om. I came from the Father, and I am come into this world. Again, I leave the world and go to the Father. That would be pretty at memorials, wouldn't it? I'm going back to where I came from. And in one of the Upanishads, it says, what am I talking about? Oh, when someone is leaving their body, they say, he's becoming one. Isn't that beautiful? He's becoming one. The one presence that he came from, we return. I believe I return to the presence. And I do not know what happens. I've helped over 200 people pass from their bodies, and no one knows for sure. I just know that if you have a belief, if you have a faith, if you know where you're going when you leave your body and believe it, I believe that's where you go. Because the Bhagavad Gita chapter 8 says, think on me when you're leaving your body, because you live to your ruling passion. So don't be singing, I wish I were an Oscar Mayer wiener. Believest thou not that I am in the Father, and the Father in me? The words I speak unto you, I speak not of myself, but the Father that dwelleth within me, he doeth the work. That's just so profound that he was all about the presence which he called Father, the source of life. If we go to the stillness and sense the source of life, the wisdom within us, usually I'm guided directly to the very next step to take, to the very next thing to do. So Jesus was a rabbi. He was a good Jew. I keep reminding Christians that they're worshiping a Jew. Anyway, I took a class in the Kabbalah, and this is what Jesus called Father or God or Yahweh. Yud-He, Vav-He. Feminine, masculine, feminine, masculine. Isn't that awesome? That's what Yahweh was to Yeshua ben Joseph. Yeshua, son of Joseph, not of God, son of Joseph. And he's from the line of David. So he says he's the root of David, and that's his physical heritage. And this is how the Jewish people, like my fabulous friend Terry, this is, how do you say this? You don't say it.
Well, no, that one you can. Yahweh.
Yahweh. Yahweh, not Yahweh.
No, because the second letter in from the right is a vav, and so it's a V sound.
Yahweh.
But in Christianity, it turned into a W.
Oh, I'm going for the V. That's awesome. I love learning. Isn't that wonderful?
The one you don't pronounce is the double, the first letter all the way on the right.
Mm-hmm.
That's a yud.
Yeah, Yud. Hey.
God is also represented in Judaism with a double yud, and that's the one you don't.
You don't say. Yeah, there's often a line where we would say God or someone would say God. There's just a line because it's such a holy, holy sense.
Yeah, in most of the Orthodox and some conservative, you don't find the word God. They find G and then
Thank you. Okay. There was one more thing I wanted to read. If you want quotations on the light, I'm sure we can give you a copy if you want to ask for one in the social hall. This is Bible quotations about the light. And it says, "Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path." In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made of him, and without him was not anything made that was made. This is one of my favorites. This is from John 3:19. "And this is the condemnation, that light is come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil." Now think about attrition in spiritual groups. Think about attrition in churches, or even classes. "For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved." So I had so much guilt when I started on my spiritual path. I preferred darkness. I couldn't believe in the light. I couldn't believe that I could be forgiven and liberated. And that's our birthright, is to be liberated from the ego. The third step prayer in AA is, "God, I offer myself to thee to build with me and to do with me as thou wilt. Relieve me of the bondage of self, that I may better do thy will. Take away my difficulties, that they may serve others with thy love, thy power, thy way of life. May I do thy will always." That's so cool, because it asks to be relieved from the ego running things. The ego can be healthy if we let it be. I befriended Greta, my monkey mind, and now I just invite her to ride the horse in the way we're going instead of that away. Okay? "For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. But he that does truth comes to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in God." You don't take credit. You say, it's the power within me that I let flow through me that did this. I didn't do it. I listened enough to speak something that hopefully is of encouragement and joy. Jesus said that they may have my joy. That they may have my joy. How many times have you heard that one? No. He wasn't guilt-provoking at all. The interpretations are guilt-provoking, but not his teaching. I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. Yet a little while is the light with you. Walk while you have the light, lest darkness come upon you. For he that walketh in darkness knoweth not whither he goeth. While you have the light, believe in the light, that you may be children of light. Isn't that beautiful? So what is your mission? The mission of Jesus was to bear witness to the truth. His mission was to bring joy and freedom from darkness, from pain, from suffering, by focusing on the presence. Should I focus on my pain around my neck, or should I focus on the spirit that I am? Can I raise above my body and deliver something that may be of value to people? It's such an honor. So what is your mission? Let's close our eyes for a moment. You are a light unto the world. You are made of light. Light is the presence of your very breath, the life force within you. You are on a mission. This morning you are performing your mission by gathering in spirit with like-minded people. It's such a joy and a privilege to be with Wellspring, New Thought Community. If you don't know your mission, it's to let your light shine. Let it shine through all doubts and grief and memories. Let that light be the greater experience that you have from moment to moment. And if you have a mission, just think on it and see it growing in your life. See it manifesting through you at the level of your thought frequencies. Infinite energy moves through us at the level of our thought frequency. So what is the highest thought frequency you can think of right now? What's your highest thought about yourself? At the very least, you are the light. You are the light shining through your body, through all the stuff you've been through. Big S, spiritual self, has no memory, has no awareness of what you're going through. It just is. I say capital I, capital S, is ising in a body named Sandhi. The is, the Om. So have another high thought about yourself. As I don't have a religious label, I call myself a spiritual enthusiastic. So we're also going to talk about, how do you say Oesta, the pagan word for Easter? Oesta? Does anyone know? Astara. So to me, it was so funny to see the goddess out there. How many people worked with the blue stones in the goddess's face? Nobody here? Oh.
Jennifer did that, or Jeanette did that yesterday.
It was just beautiful.
Yes.
So beautiful. And I thought, well, there she is, the goddess of Easter. And I just want to tell you a brief funny story that when I was a hippie living in Haight-Ashbury, this woman asked me to drive her and her friend Howard to Big Sur Highway to Limekiln Creek, which is a beach and a creek under one of those amazing Big Sur bridges. And so we all gathered, hundreds and hundreds of hippies, and it was a beautiful, sparkly spring day, and the tables were out, and they were heavy laden with food, and we were going to have this big feast, and the band set up, big old band set up. Everything was all set up. And the Hells Angels rolled in and took our food. So we're going, peace, bye, enjoy our food. So what it did was bring us together with the oatmeal and the peanut butter and the stuff we'd stashed in our sleeping quarters. Yeah, it was hilarious, but it was one of the best spring equinoxes I've ever had. An equinox just means the equal of the sun and the moon, and equinox has been celebrated far longer than Christianity. And the Christians took that equinox and put Jesus' birth on it. And his death on it. So, and resurrection, that's the point. In the Course of Miracles, it says, this Easter season, this Holy Week, offer your brother, what is it? Not thorns, but love, say. I don't remember the exact quote. But don't say something that's guilt-provoking to someone. Making them wrong, being that, what do you call it? The underground self-righteousness. What's that called?
The critic?
Huh?
The critic?
Well, the critic. We don't need to point out what's wrong. That's why Ernest Holmes was so brilliant in his last sermon by the sea in Asilomar. He said, show me a person who's for something and against nothing, and I shall show you a living Christ. So we want to be the light. And yesterday I went to a demonstration, and I wore bright clothes, and I simply gave the peace sign because I was there for peace. I wasn't there to hold a sign that was negative. I wasn't there to make a point. I was simply praying for peace and giving the peace sign. And that felt good for me because I used to be a rabid activist, screaming and yelling and marching and supporting the Black Panthers and all that stuff, you know. Now I call myself a pacifist, not an activist. To be for something, I'm for peace. So I don't have to let anything unlike it bump me off my frequency that I want to express on for the day. Make sense? So I brought you bunnies.
Oh boy, bunnies.
Terry. Now, when she hands you the bag, there's all kinds of colors. So pick the color you like, and this is your Easter bunny. Whoops. the rabbit is the symbol of fertility. So since I'm not fertile, I'm going to focus on I'm a manifester. I'm a manifester. I allow spirit to move through me and manifest at the level of my thought frequency. Does that make sense?
Thank you.
You both picked pink. And that's perfect. Yours is brighter pink and yours is sweet pink. Yeah, just like the two of you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great. Paganism is older than Wicca. Paganism celebrates the movement of the universe. I love the smile you're getting from your bunny. It brings out the child in us, doesn't it? The sweetness of Easter, the colors, the pastels. Easter in Detroit was alarming. It was snowing. And I'm from California. I went wearing the spring dress, the spring hat. We even did the Easter parade in New York one year. We came out of church and Fifth Avenue was just people with hats and bright, beautiful colors. That's Easter to me. That's more the pagan way, the newness, the new flower. How about that baby green leaves blooming all over town? Don't you love that baby green, that beginning, peeking out into the world? It's just awesome. And I have this huge myrtle tree, and I'm allergic, and it has seed pods, billions of seed pods. So I had this big tree of suffering. But I know what to do about my sinuses. Do you know if you pinch your eyebrows, go ahead and pinch your eyebrows, it really relieves your sinuses. I learned it from a hairstylist. It's a wonderful thing. And if you rub your ears, especially after a shower or a bath, it really enlivens you because it's reflexology. Thank you, hon. So that's the joy of Easter, the season, the seasons. I love the seasons. So let's give thanks for Mother Earth. In Peru, it's called Pachamama. Let's give thanks for Pachamama. I went to the Rock and Mineral Show, and this vast room of what Mother Earth has within her. Untakeable. It was just overwhelming what's below the earth. The jewels and the gems and the minerals. It's just the richest blue ball, isn't it? So let's just embrace the blue ball called Pachamama. Let's give thanks for spring. Let's give thanks for whatever you do on Palm Sunday or Easter. When Jesus resurrected and went and taught his disciples one more time, the last thing he said on earth was, "Peace be with you. Peace be with you." And the end of the story you'll probably get from Edward next week. So, Pachamama, think of 5 things you love about Mother Earth. The richness, the exquisiteness, the beauty, from the bottom of the sea to the top of the mountains, and everything in between. This beautiful desert we live in, with little wildflowers peeking out on the BLM where Bodhi and I walk. Beautiful little flowers. Spring, new beginnings. Are you beginning something this spring? What are you beginning, or what would you like to begin this spring in this energy of rebirth and newness? Jesus said, "You're born of water, and you must be born of spirit." And so we celebrate our spirituality, the big S, that is greater than anything we could ever think, do, or say, or experience. Spirit is greater than a rat. Spirit is greater than death. Some people say death is like moving from one room into another. I don't know. I just know when I'm in spirit, I have no fear. Liberation through spirituality, to spiritualize every aspect of your life. Every aspect. I spiritualize housekeeping because I have resistance, and I've gotten so much better when I ask for the strength and the willingness to clean my sweet little home. We can access spirit at any time. And so as we leave today, some of us may feel spiritualized, lifted, encouraged, joyful. Give thanks for the labyrinth. It is awesome. Everyone that worked so hard. We give thanks for Wellspring and its beautiful buildings and what they hold and what they offer. And the whole team, Edward and Bamba, Sharon, the sound team, everyone that shows up. It's an amazing group of the philosophy of New Thought, which means we don't need a mediator. We access spirit direct. And we interpret it at our best. And we live it as our best. So let's give thanks for that. Thank you for listening. It's been a real honor and pleasure being with you today.
It's always wonderful to experience you and hear you speak. Thank you so much.
Amen and amen.
Yeah.
This one I wrote sometime in my 20s or 30s. I'm not sure exactly when. It was during a time I was processing a bunch of trauma in my life. The first 3 verses of this are a morning prayer, and the last verse is an evening prayer. And you may know the tune. I pirated it from somebody, thousands of years ago. So. Thank you, God, for this good day, for lighting my path and showing the way. Let me feel and hear and see the gifts you have in store for me. I give my will into your care and ask your help to be aware in every moment, every breath of your will for me upon the path. Your star, a symbol, I believe, that guides me this day to give and receive. May I love and nurture the inner me and breathe in your healing energy. Thank you, God, for this good day, for lighting my path and showing the way.
Well, thank you, Melody and Sherry. And Sandy. Oh, well. He doesn't sit very well. He probably hops. Yeah. Oh. All right. Well, now it's time for our offering. And it looks like Jim will be passing the basket.
I like those little ears sticking up.
Oh.
That's so cute.
I have like a pot sitter thingy.
Come over here. Come over here.
He's not done yet. Yeah.
He's doing one side. There we go.
Now come up here.
There you
Oh. Oh, we give great thanks for these gifts that have been given. We know we received some online as well, and we give thanks for those. We know that these gifts help support Wellspring, and Wellspring tithes to the greater community, mostly in Las Cruces. We feel the gratitude that flows back to us as we have gratefully given. And so it is.
So it is.
Thank you, Jim. So there are a number of folks who have contributed to today's production. We've got our musicians right here. And the other one there, Edwin and Sherry. And Melody. Sandy. And Brenda and Cleona for holding up the back there. Thank you all. It takes a village. Yeah. So now, and those of you who've joined us in Zoomland, we give great thanks for that as well. So please stand if you're able and read with us the benediction, and then after that we'll gather in the aisle here for our peace song. Spirit in the midst of us is mighty. Joy, peace, and eternal life are our true nature, and flow through us into the world, and so it is. Can somebody get in here?
Now there's peace on earth, and it has begun with me. Now there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our center, united all are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Peace has begun with me, and this is the moment